morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where and when you are. I'm James, and this is Barry, and we're with RailroadBackdrops.com, and today we're going to show you how to install our peel and stick backdrops. We've already prepped the backboard here. It's just a standard hardboard that you get from Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, most any building supply center. We've filled all the seams with drywall paste, sanded them all down nice and flush. And if you notice, we counted some called screws. That way you won't have the screws poking through your backdrop after you get it finished. Alright, first thing that you want to do is take your backdrop, and we've already got these ones here installed so we can show you how to match them up here at the seams. And so all you do is you butt the two backdrops up against each other, making sure that the seam matches, and go ahead and tape that up just temporarily. And then you want to make sure you run it pretty close to the top of your backdrop board here, depending on how well the backdrop board was cut and how well it was leveled from the floor. You may have a little bit of it showing, but you're going to come back later and put a little blue paint in there. If you're a perfect carpenter, then you won't have any of this showing. So, alright, then Barry's going to go ahead and tack that up. And if you notice, we color coordinated ourselves so that I will blend in with the sky, Barry will blend in with the trees, and that way you may lose us from time to time in the video. Alright, grab your roll of tape there, Barry. And what we're going to do here is called the hinged dry method. And hopefully we'll get another video later on showing you the wet method to do this, that some of you may feel more comfortable doing. Pick out a section that you are going to feel comfortable. Most people, it's about 2 to 3 feet that you'll be comfortable working with. And just put a masking tape. Usually the yellow tape or the vanilla tape works better than the blue or the green painter's tape. They usually don't have enough hold to do this properly. They have a tendency to start peeling off because it's such a low tack tape. Alright, and you're going to want to take a little piece of tape here to help you get the backing off. Now, as you can see on the self-adhesive, it has a shiny backing here. And so what you want to do to help take that off is just put a little piece of tape tab there to the corner, and then you can separate the two pieces of tape. And you can fold that back to tack that up there, and then that helps pull your tape backing, your clear backing, and helps pull it off. Sometimes you might have a little extra piece that gets stuck there, so you may have to, this backing is a really thin plastic, sometimes it will tear, so just put another piece of tape there and get the half that tears. Alright, and what you want to do is take your scissors, cut your backing straight up. Throw that away later. I just need to squeeze it dry here. Alright. Take that little piece of tape off. Now you want to hold it out away from the wall and then come through your squeegee right down the center. Pulling it away from the wall. And then you want to go down to attach your bottom half. And then go up for your top half. Alright, and then smooth out any creases that you might need in there. Okay, now when you do this method, the dry method, you have to be very careful because once it's down, it's down. It's not reusable if you try to peel it back up. So that's how you lay the dry method. Then, to do the rest of it, what you do here is pull your tape off. And then you want to carefully roll it, keeping it pulled tight on your tape. Keeping it even when you roll it. Then you can take this tape off. And now, what you'll do is, I'm a little too far there, it's a little too close in. Don't get too close to where your tape cut was, otherwise you'll get your backing stuck behind your tape cut there. Where's a little piece of tape? Pull that little piece of tape there. Okay, and again, we're just sticking it to the clear part. Try not to get it on the adhesive part, otherwise it will stick to itself there. But see how nice and easy that peels off your plastic. Okay, see, we have a little bit of it stuck underneath. All right. So then you peel that back again with whatever, however far you feel comfortable. Put that plastic screen away. Now, you want to roll this back up to where you made your cut line. That'll give you a indication of how far you need to squeegee it. And again, keep it away from the backboard, pull it nice and tight, and right down the center. Alright, so that's how we do the dry method, and just duplicate that process all the way out. Now, some people don't feel comfortable enough doing that because, as I said, once it sticks, it sticks. So we also have what we call the wet method. Let's peel this backing off here. The process is all basically the same, except, see, it's sometimes hard to peel up that plastic, that's why we use the little piece of tape to separate it. Normally on videos like this they say, do not try this at home, but obviously we want you to do this at home. So we can't say that. Alright. So again, you just peel your plastic backing. And then now, instead of letting it dry, we've got a common household spray bottle there, and it's filled with water and just 1 or 2 drops of dish soap. You don't want to put a lot in there, because otherwise it'll take too long to dry out. You just want 1 or 2. That'll give you a couple of minutes that you can have the adhesive to be somewhat reusable for a few seconds, in case you lay it in properly. Alright, so just spray that on the back. Alright, give it a pretty good spray there, and then when you come down, because of the soap, you can peel it right back off for a few, you got a few seconds there to peel it off. So in case you need to readjust it. Now, if you're applying this to another surface, like a foam core or some kind of a paper coated surface, you don't want to use the wet method, obviously, because it'll destroy your surface. You can use the wet method on any hardboard, styrene, aluminum. You can use it on drywall, although if you use it on just painted drywall, it does take a little extra time to dry. So you have to kind of wait in between steps a little bit for the soap and water to sort of dry out a little bit. All right, so you get that position, and then we'll just come to our last section here. And if you haven't cut your fingernails in a couple of days, it's easy to get this off. Or you can also get a razor blade or a detector knife underneath there, just be sure you don't cut the backing here. Alright, then give it a good spray. And you don't need necessarily 2 people. It's helpful if you have someone with you. If not, just have a table or something that has your tape and your water and your squeegee on it so it's within easy reach, or put it in your pockets or something. Alright, again, come right down the center. And then squeegee it up or down, whichever way you want to go first. And then what that does is any extra water or soap that's built up under there, it'll push it right out the top and the bottom. Alright, so there you have your beautiful RailroadBackdrops.com backdrop up on your wall. And you also notice that we are doing this before we put the benchwork modules up against here, and before we do the scenery. We have the only backdrops on the market that you can absolutely, truly be safe doing that, because as you saw, you put the tape on here, it'll come off, you can get alcohol on here, you get your scenery spray on here, you can get Sculptamold, your plaster, whatever on here, and it'll all just wash right off with any kind of dish soap or Windex or alcohol, any kind of household cleaners, because we have a protective coating on all of these that gives it this nice matte finish, non-glare finish, makes it scratch resistant, makes it waterproof, and as I said, it makes all your scenery material proof. So if you have any other questions, give us a call, RailroadBackdrops.com, 800-216-9202, or you can go to the website, www.railroadbackdrops.com. Thank you very much.